What is up, my people? Welcome to another video. Um, of course, we're going to be talking today about the upcoming fight. It's actually going to happen today, and I actually had made a video already, but I lost the files and I tried to do it again, and then I changed my mind again. So, because before I had already picked Usyk to win because he had the momentum, and um, and it just seemed like I'm sorry, there was a big ass spot. I'm outside right now, and there's a big ass spider trying to get into my car. That thing's huge, man. Um. Anyways, getting back to the fight. Yeah, I had picked Usyk first. At first, I picked Usyk to win the fight, but when the fight was postponed, you know, the thing is, fighters have to go into with the same momentum that they came into the fight with, right? That momentum is going to help them, you know, continue to win or continue to perform around the same way. Um, and that was the main thing in my opinion that was on Usyk's favor, was the fact that he had that momentum on his side, and of course there's other skills involved. You know, Usyk has never really had to change up his style too much. He's always done the same thing in every one of his fights. You know, he plays with the vertical jab and the horizontal jab. He plays with his lead foot and the positioning of his lead foot, and then he moves around a lot, right? So it's very Ukrainian style. If you look at him and you look at like um, Lomachenko, both Ukrainians, right, and both have that style, um, which is it's a very similar style if you look at them. They move around a lot, right? But I think, in my opinion, personally, I think Usyk is actually better. Um, he's actually better than Lomachenko. And I hope nobody gets butthurt with what I'm about to say. I never really thought Lomachenko was all that. I thought he was too much of a baby, and I just didn't like his attitude towards fighting. Anybody that complains and he doesn't find a way to win a fight, um, yeah, I just don't see what they're doing in boxing. Um, I mean, you can complain a little bit, but you got to do something about it. You got to do something about it. Um, but anyways, I don't wanna get into other things, right? And the other thing I didn't like is that they compared him to Ali at a certain point. I haven't seen footwear like that since Ali. Um, and that's gonna go into another subject that I don't want to go into right now. But let's talk about Usyk. And let's talk about this upcoming fight. And if you look at the tail of the tape, it seems like Tyson has the advantages in reach and in height. He also has the advantage that he is a heavyweight. He's a natural heavyweight. And Usyk, has come from lower weight classes. I think I'm not sure if one or two. So he's not a natural heavyweight. Um, and I could tell, even in his fights, like um, it just seems that way. He's lighter. He's fighting against other guys who seem to be slower than him. He has gotten hurt, even though a lot of people may not see it. He's gotten hurt to the body a couple of times. The thing about the cat, Usyk, is that when he gets hurt, he's very much like a cat. He's very much like a cornered cat. He starts throwing punches, and he starts to kind of get these flurries where he just throws hands, like crazy. So I see why they call him the cat. Um, but you know, I can't really. I'm gonna pick somebody, but I'm gonna tell you why I hesitate to pick anybody in this fight is because Tyson Fury, once again is the underdog, and we've seen this happen before, to where people don't take him seriously, underestimate Tyson Fury, and then he ends up and not just performing well, overperforming and winning the fight, and doing way better than we all thought that he was going to do. And I think that could happen again. I seriously do think that could happen again, even though, I think he's definitely going to pay for the way he's treated God's instrument, meaning your body. Your body is a God-given gift. If you were born into life, and if you're walking, if you're talking, if you're listening to this video, God gave you a gift. He gave you a gift of life. He gave you a body. And when you don't take care of your body, you're insulting God, and you're insulting the creation that He gave you. When you drink too much, when you do coke, when you do all of these things. Add that to the fact that I do believe that everybody has a destiny, a thing that they have to be here to fulfill, and to do. But then at the same time, we have our choices that we need to make. I truly do feel that Tyson has a destiny, and his destiny is to do this for some reason. I don't know why. For some reason, but he has deviated from that destiny time and time again. He has run away from it. He has, like I said, abused the instrument that God gave him to do this, and eventually he's gonna pay. Will this be the night that he pays for it? I don't know. But I do believe that, like I said, he is here for a reason, just like everybody else is. Some people have it shown in front of the lights, under the lights and in front of millions of people. Some people are more in the shadows. Their hand isn't seen, but you will see it eventually in the end. The point is, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. Maybe this is the night that he finally pays for the abuse that he has done to his body. Or maybe he pays later. But everybody pays. I do know that. Everybody pays. Everything has a consequence. If you abuse your body time and time again, and then you ask of it, you're pretty much asking God to do things for you when you do that. If you, and not only that, but you're abusing your body, and you're saying, okay, but now I need you to do this. It's like, the example for regular people would be like, you're not in shape, but your kids want to play soccer. But now you're going to ask your body to do something that you haven't been feeding it for. You haven't been taking care of your body, but now you're going to ask it to do something that it doesn't do. You know what I mean? So you're not ready. You haven't taken care of your body. You haven't respected the temple of God. But now you're going to ask of it to do these things. If you do it and you're successful, be thankful to God, but then also make those changes in order for you to be a better person, in order for you to take care of your body. I don't think Tyson has been doing that. Judging by the way, his weight just he blows up in between fights and stuff like that. I don't think he's been doing that. And like I said, this could be the night that he pays for it. On the other hand, we have Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk, he's always taken care of his body, at least from what I know, because we don't know what happens behind the scenes. But from what I know, he's always in the gym. He's always eating right. and he never fluctuates in weight. You know, I'm pretty sure he's one of these guys that fights around his natural weight, which means that he's gonna be ready 24/7 all the time, no matter what. You know, he's not one of these modern day fighters that cuts weight in order to pick on smaller fighters. He's not one of those guys. You know, and I'm telling you, that's like 95% of boxers right now do that. So when people say, "Oh, Ryan missed weight or whatever," or this guy missed weight, dude, like I don't feel sorry for people that sacrifice themselves to lose weight, because they're doing it to get an advantage. You know, they're doing it to pick on fighters that are naturally on lower weight classes, because they know that those guys don't have the weight. They can't even put on the weight like that. So what do? They go down there and say, "Oh, I'm gonna fight here," but really they should be fighting at 145. They should be fighting at 150. Some of these guys, but they know they can't hang with those guys up there because they don't have actual power. They don't have actual skills. They just don't have defense. So what they do is they train themselves to fight these little guys, and then they try to act like, "Oh, like yeah, I sacrifice myself." You sacrifice yourself to cheat. I mean, it's not really cheating, but it's just a coward way to do things. And when back in the day, everybody would just fight around their own weight, and if you couldn't make the weight, then maybe you shouldn't be a professional fighter. You know, and also it cuts out the weak. Why? Because the reason there's so many weight classes right now is so that you could acclimate to people that can't take certain punches, people that can't take certain skill sets, people that can make certain weights, you know, and you have choices. You have choices of people that you could pick on. You know what I mean? When back in the day, the weight was the weight, and you had to be in that weight, or you just weren't gonna do it, you know, or around that weight. And that's why heavyweights are, you know, the kings of boxing and the baddest people alive, because that you don't get higher than that, and there's no limits above that. But Usyk, you know, Usyk always takes care of his body. Usyk is always in shape, and so that's one of the reasons why he always keeps his momentum. Because he's always in shape. But the thing is, the strategic move that Tyson used, to where he pretended that he was cut, because I do think it was a lie. Some people say that it was real. I think that the video was fishy. I think that, you know, when people show us videos of sparring sessions, you could see very well who the people are. But for some reason, in 2024, Tyson Fury busted out with some blurry ass video. It doesn't make any sense to me. The only reason that video came out like that is so that he could have an excuse to postpone the fight. And Turki Al-Sheikh was all for it. And the reason is because Turki Al-Sheikh wants Tyson Fury to win. Right now, I don't know if that's going to play a factor or not. I think Alexander Usyk knows this. I think he knows that he's going to have to be the Mexican in this fight, because I don't think the world is on his side. Okay, because it is in their best interest for Tyson to win, because Tyson is going to go on to fight Anthony Joshua. He's going to go on to fight other fighters in other fights that they want. I do think there's a rematch clause in this. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I think Usyk. I think they're both gonna activate it, to be honest. If they lose, whoever loses, but we'll see, guys. I'm going to still lean towards Usyk, not because I'm sure that he's gonna win, but because when something is so close, when the fight is so close, and I can't really call who's gonna win, then I go with the person that I want to win. You know, and I think I want usyke. the cat to win, because it's more of a historic event. Even though if Tyson wins, there will be a historic event as well. I think Usyk winning will be a double historic event. But like I said, I would not be surprised if Tyson wins. He's done it before. He's come back before. I do believe that he has some type of destiny. Um, and I don't know. So there's also that, and we don't know if I feel like the lesson with Tyson is don't abuse your body, and ask of it things that require you to be in your bag 24/7. Um, and I think we should learn from that. And if that's the lesson, then I think his time is up. Um, so guys, that is going to be it for today. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.